Hello everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I am up with a really awesome YouTube hop that I am a part of, and the hop is called Stretch That Sketch, Stretch Your Sketch, something like that, Stretch the Sketch, and it's with a bunch of lovely ladies who are a part of a Secret Not Secret Kid Club. And what Janet, I think, who's leading this, decided might be a good idea was to take a 12 by 12 sketch and to stretch it into a bigger format or a different format than what 12 by 12 than what it was intended for. So I have made a double page spread with a pocket page layout on one side and a 12 by 12 on the other. It's a long video, I do apologise. It's like two spreads in one, so it is a longer video, but I hope you enjoy it. And in the description box down below I will link all the other ladies who are participating in the hop, and please go and check them all out because it was a lot of fun. And I'll also have a sketch up after the little intro that the girls have made. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you like the other ladies' videos. We'll see you in the next one. Bye! Hello everyone, so you can see here this is the sketch that we are using for this hop. I think it's a Shimelle sketch. I always get in trouble for saying her name wrong, so I apologise, but I think that's who created this sketch. And as I mentioned in my intro, the purpose for this hop is to see if we can stretch the sketch. So basically taking a sketch that was meant for, in this case, a 12 by 12 size, and either stretching it to fit across a double page spread or changing it to fit with a different layout. So whether that's 9 by 12 or 6 by 12 or traveler's notebook, pocket page, whatever it is. So what I have actually chosen to do is do a double page spread, but with one side being a pocket page layout and one side being a 12 by 12 layout. So in my album I have pocket page and 12 by 12 together, so this just made sense to me. And what you sort of saw is I have a whole container of all of my Cocoa Vanilla collections. They're all in together, at least all of the, or none of the, I guess, male themed collections are in there, but all the others are in there because I've found that they actually all go really well together. So I've put them all in one container. So basically what I'm doing is backing my photo. I'm working on my 12 by 12 layout first. So I am backing my photo, which is, it's just slightly bigger than a 4 by 4, I think. Oh, sorry, it's not square. So it's 4 by like 4 1/4 or something. I can't remember the exact dimensions, but it's, yeah, it's a square-ish photo of my partner and I. We went to the Werribee Open Range Zoo just outside of Melbourne. And yeah, we'd never been before, and we went for my mother-in-law's birthday, and as part of her birthday present we actually went to a close encounter with a serval, which is a type of cat. And as you can see in the photo, the trainer or the keeper made the cat stand on our knees, and we fed it some cream cheese so it licked our fingers. It was very cute. And so I am scrapping that photo. And all of my photos in my pocket page spread, which you'll see, are also photos of that day. So they're all the same day. So basically I've sort of used most aspects from the sketch. So the sketch had a sort of large piece of paper in the centre, and all of the layout was contained within that, and I've sort of gone with that concept. So I'm using two pieces of large paper in the middle of the page. So one is a really nice floral piece, but it's quite loud and busy. So I actually then took a piece of the wood grain paper and cut that down a bit smaller and stuck that over the top, and then I will layer my photo. So I've only put my photo in, mounted it on one layered piece of a darker cardstock. It was a blue with white polka dots, but you can't see the white polka dots, but it is a blue. And I'm just popping my photo up, and I'm sort of going to overlap it across the floral and the wood grain paper because I like the way that looks. And then I've edited this bit out because it took me forever to get the stickers off this paper, and like a really long time. So the title is Together Time, which I just thought was cute. And I really like these stickers, and they go well with the Cocoa Vanilla collection paper. And yeah, I wanted to use them, so I did. Now the sketch's main feature was triangles. And so I'm trying to see if I had something that would work. I didn't want to freehand cut triangles because, frankly, I'm lazy. So I tried a few different things, but I actually decided I quite liked the hexagon, and I have a hexagon punch. So rather than triangles, I am going to use hexagons because I think, you know, it's still a shape, and it still becomes sort of the main feature on the page. So I'm creating 3 clusters of the hexagons, and I cut out a few extras, I think, yeah. And so I'm going to stick some down flat to the page and pop some up. And I've got a whole heap of different pattern paper as well as some vellum with gold spots on it. And I wanted to sort of use all of those and sort of create some different contrasts with the pattern paper and the vellum, and, you know, just some different features to look at, because I don't really embellish this page at all. Apart from these, it's a very plain page for me. I guess the pattern paper is pretty busy, so it doesn't look as plain as it feels or it felt when I was creating the layout, but it is quite plain. So again, I edited out the sticking down of the hexagons because the video was very long. I sped it up a little bit more than I usually do to try and keep it a bit shorter, but yes, it was difficult because I am effectively doing 2 layouts in one video. So you can see there I am adding some flair that came in one of the Cocoa Vanilla collections. It might have been Bohemian Dreams. I don't remember. As I said, it's all in together, and I'm sticking 3 pieces of the flair down on the 3 clusters. I thought about trying to add one of those, I think it was a key that I had there, a brass key. I really liked it, and I will add them to a layout, but just not this one. And then I put 3 enamel dots in each of the clusters, and I'm pretty sure I call it done. And I will move on now to the pocket page. So I had already gotten my 4x6 cards ready. This was a pretty photo heavy spread. I took lots of photos at the zoo. So I don't have very many, I guess, filler cards that I need to make. I've got 3 4x6 slots that only had one 3x4 photo in it. So I do obviously need to mount those on pattern paper. I cut out a whole heap of hexagons, again, edited the actual cutting part, but I cut out a whole heap of the hexagons because in terms of stretching the sketch, I wanted to bring that aspect of the layout over onto the pocket page so you can clearly see that it's quite cohesive. And so, yeah, I'm using the hexagons on the pocket page spread, and that's, I guess, the way I'm stretching the sketch, which I don't know, is that cheating? I don't think it's cheating, but I guess that is the aspect of the sketch that I'm kind of bringing over onto this page. So I'm not really bringing any other aspect of the sketch, but I decided that the hexagons worked. And obviously I'm using the same pattern paper and the same paper collection. So visually it looks matchy. Again, unusual for me, but it was nice to try something different. So I'm going through my ephemera packs. I know I want the hexagons sort of scattered throughout this pocket page, but then I'm just trying to work out if there's any other ephemera pieces that I'm going to add. I don't put journaling on this page, certainly not in this video, and I'm undecided whether I'm going to do any journaling. It's a relatively self-explanatory page, but I will probably add a little bit of journaling on one of the 4x6 slots with the pattern paper, just about the day and where we went, and you know that we had our close encounter, and it was for my mother-in-law's birthday, and the date obviously, but we'll see. So I'm going through, as I said, the ephemera packs. I've got quite a few of them. You saw me bring out quite a few of them before. I think this one is Life is Beautiful, maybe. I never had that collection. I think it's quite older collection from Cocoa Vanilla, but I got a couple of grab bags that they do maybe once a year, maybe once every couple of years, and it just came with that ephemera pack in one of them. So I'm pulling out some phrase stickers. I think this one says perfect day or just perfect. Sorry, I don't have the layout in front of me. And for those of you that edit using iMovie on your phone, my biggest complaint is that the screen is so small, it's difficult to see. Yes, on a side note, I do love iMovie. It's very user-friendly, but that is my biggest complaint. So I'm putting a doodly border on this card because I've been doing that a little bit lately in my pocket page spreads and I like it. So I'm doing it here. And now I'm working on the bottom two cards, and I apologise that it's right on the bottom of my kind of frame. I do film with my phone, but I can't see my phone screen when I'm filming, so I knew I was somewhere in the vicinity of being in shot, but I didn't realise I was so close to the bottom, so I do apologise for that. So you can see here again, just attaching my photo, making a little cluster of the hexagons, and I'm going to stick those down. And again, this is really, I find pocket page layouts not too difficult for me once I've decided on a theme or how much I'm embellishing. I try not to embellish too much. This one's actually probably quite a lot of embellishing, but again, I wanted it to match the 12 by 12 layout. And so I do find that they come together quite quickly, certainly much quicker than a 12 by 12 layout does for me. So again, added those hexagons and a phrase sticker or phrase die cut piece, popped up on some foam dots. And now I am sticking down this last photo and just trimming it because the paper that I cut into the 4x6 cards, my trimmer, does not cut straight. And I just needed to trim the photo to make it even. And I'm sort of overlapping or overhanging some of the hexagons off the page so I can trim them down just to add a slightly different look. And I do like the way that looks, and you'll see me repeat that on some of the 3x4 cards because I'm like, oh, that works well. And again, adding a doodly border to this card. And I think I leave it at that. Oh no, I might add some enamel dots actually. Yeah, I do. Add some enamel dots. And that card is done. And now I'm thinking about what I can do on the 3x4 cards. And I decide on the two outside 3x4 cards that I will add one of the hexagon shapes and I think I add a word die cut. Yes, I do. And call that one done. And I do basically the same thing on the right hand side. So I add a phrase die cut and a hexagon, and I also call that card done, and we are nearly finished. So again, I like how quickly pocket page spreads come together, and while I prefer the look of 12 by 12 spreads, I really do, I like the fact that I can get so much more of my everyday life photos into an album if I do pocket page. So I would love to do more 12 by 12 layouts, I really would, because they're my favourite thing to scrap. And I did 9 by 12 size last year, and I've gone back to 12 by 12 because I just love the format so much, even though the albums are so big. But I do think that I will, I would love to do more 12 by 12, but I just can't fit that many in my album. So here we go, we're finished. Here is the completed layouts and what they look like side by side. Thanks so much for watching, guys. In the description box will be the links to all the other lovely ladies participating in the hop. So please go and check them out because they are really talented and it's fascinating to see what they've all created.